guys, it's John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. You are tuned into IFYL Inspirations for Your Life. If you're new here, you're going to see that there's a QR code that just popped on the right hand corner of your screen. All I'd like you to do is launch your camera app, point over to the QR code like so, touch the yellow lips. In just a couple seconds, you will get my link tree as easy as that. If you are not watching me, but you are listening only like on an audio podcast, well, then just go to believemeachieve.com for more of my amazing, inspiring creations. All right, guys, everyone always asks me what I do. But before I do that, I want to reach out and say thank you to all of you for being here. Whether you're here at 3:30 in the afternoon, 3:30 in the morning, 12 noon, 12 midnight, or perhaps just a regular time like 6 p.m. or 6 a.m. I'm so grateful that you're here. We have a great topic for you, which I'll get into in just a second, but I want to tell you what I do, okay? So, what I do, ladies and gentlemen, is I help uh, businesses share their story so they can scale and be more profitable. I typically work with companies that make 10 million or more, and they have a story that needs to be shared, or perhaps they don't know their story and they need me to find what it is, and then I can share it out with the world. All right, guys, great to be with you here. Let's get right into that big old master topic. Here we go, everyone. So, you're watching or listening Inspirations for Your Life, Series 2, Show 40, Episode number 7, the difference between being nice and getting taken advantage of. So, we've been talking about this all week. And so, one thing I talked about is that wonderful friend or so called friend. He or she hangs around because, yes, you or your parents have tickets to box seats or concert seats, etc. And so they want to buddy up to you because you have these tickets. Um, but what's interesting is that when you decide to tell them that, you really don't have the tickets, you thought you had that, but you don't, and you kind of tell a white lie, but then you figure, okay, well, I'm really busy tomorrow, so I can't hang with you. They were just doing it because they were placating you so that you would believe that they're your friend. So that's one way people take advantage. Another way I was saying to you was I help people. I do IT support. I had a friend of mine, and I basically, help them. But let's say I need them. Maybe I'm moving and I need their help, whether it's business or personal. And I say, hey, I need some help, George. And comes back as, oh, John, this week is a little crazy. I'll get back to you. Meanwhile, he has another computer meltdown. And then the moment of truth happens. Do I help him or not? Well, George, I always love helping you. And to be honest with you, frankly, I don't want to help you right now. I've asked you for help for the last 3, 4 months, and I help you all the time, but you've never gotten back to me. Oh, John, it's really bad. Well, great. When you are able to help me, then reach out and then I'll be happy to help you with the computer problem. Well, John, you really got to help me. No, I don't have to really help you. Go to a store and have somebody else help you or call another computer guy. So I think the challenge is so-called friends try to put pressure on you that you are not being nice. You are being nice. They're the ones not being nice. They're taking advantage of you. And so you have to know when there's this give and take. One of my favorites is Stephen Covey. You guys might know Stephen Covey. Okay. Well, Stephen Covey has something called the emotional bank account. And so he came up with this whole concept. It's a metaphor of the emotional bank account, and it's a proactive way to establish a foundation of trust. And the whole point is that, just like we make credits and debits, right? If we debit a bank account, then we're going to go ahead and credit, let's say, accounts receivable. And so the whole idea is there has to be debits and credits, right? Has to be a balanced accounting system. When somebody takes too much from you, okay, and then they don't give back, I'm not saying you have to have a dollar per dollar transaction, but you have to have some kind of balance. If you've taken my arm off and now suddenly I want to take your both legs off, like that's not going to work. And I think a lot of people get stuck with this. And the reason they get stuck is they feel they're not being nice. So they have to do it. And I know what you're probably saying, John. It's not the fact that you don't want to help, it's that you don't want to be taken advantage of. So the first thing you have to realize is that you need to respect yourself. If you respect yourself, it's only then that others will come to respect you. You might say, well, gee, how do I get into these situations, whether it's a relationship, platonic, non platonic, maybe it's, um let's say, somebody at work, like a colleague or a boss, and you get into these situations like, for whatever reason, you're working, let's say 9 to 5 or whatever it is, and all of a sudden they want you to help this weekend because they have a challenge. Fine. Well, now that happens next week and you're helping again. Pretty soon it starts, oh, I need you the third week. I offered to help you once in a while. I didn't agree to work for free every weekend for you. And I frankly don't have the time to do that. So you need to set boundaries. So you can say, hey, look, I know you're hiring me to do this job, and I am happy to give an occasional weekend so that you know this up front. I don't want you to be upset when I tell you I can't help you every weekend. I have things to do, and I'm not looking to spend all of my time here. Now, they might get a little bit annoyed with that, but hey, you've told them the truth. And now if they come back and are like, well, John, you never help us. Well, you remember in the interview that we had a couple years ago, I said, I'll be happy to work for you. Just every single weekend, I can't come in and I don't want to get abused. And sometimes they're like, well, you're not a corporate player. You're not a team player. They play all these little games. But along of the short is you're being taken advantage of. So we have to have self-love, right? Respect for ourselves. We need to understand what a boundary is and to put it in place and have no fear exercising it. Somebody's calling and saying, hey, I need you to do this. Or somebody say, hey, John, I need you to fix my computer again. I would have loved to fix your computer today. And I've helped you, I think, at least 4 times in the past. And I know I needed shelves done in my closet. And I did ask you at least 2 times. So I know you're busy. When you find time to put those shelves in, then I'll be happy to come over. In fact, the same day and help you with your computer. So that's not being rude or nasty. It's really exercising self love. So we've got respect, we've got boundaries. Okay. And when we understand what a boundary is, what respect is, and other people chastise us for this, they're trying to get one over on us. So don't let that attitude that they have, like, oh, come on, you're going to do that to me now, like all the years. Yeah, if it happens once, it's one thing. But if it keeps becoming a pattern, a habitual pattern, then we have to be cognizant of that and say, look, I'm not saying that, if you take $5, you got to give them 5 back. If they take 10, but it shouldn't be like a big debt